All right, so get this. We're diving deep into this YouTube video, right?
Okay.
And it's this guy, Ryan Trahan, and he's going to all these like super fancy restaurants, like the top 5 in America.
Really?
But the thing is, he hates vegetables.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And like one of these places is a vegan restaurant. So it's like, how is this going to work?
That is fascinating.
I know, right?
And this is all from like his friends list.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's really subjective. Like, who even knows that these are the best restaurants in America?
Right.
It's just, what his friend thinks.
Exactly. It's not like a Michelin star thing or anything. But still, it's so interesting to watch him in these places.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so the first stop is Una Pizza Napoletana,
Okay.
which is in New York City.
Pizza.
Yeah, and like right off the bat, he shows us this online review. It just says, pizza, yes. I know, right?
Okay.
But it's like from this guy named Brock, and you can just tell everyone's expecting this place to be amazing.
Just from pizza, yes.
Exactly. Like even I was getting hyped up just reading that.
Yeah. 2 words, and you know it's going to be good.
Right. And Ryan's totally playing into it too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's talking about how people are waiting outside for like no-shows and stuff.
Wow.
And he even sits next to the chef, the famous chef of the place.
Oh, wow.
So it's like this whole big thing.
Cool.
Yeah, but then this is what I didn't expect.
What?
He tries the burrata appetizer.
Hold on.
I know.
He's the vegetable hater.
Yes. And he loves it.
Wow.
He says it's the best cheese he's ever had.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy.
I guess cheese isn't a vegetable, though, right?
Right. But still, it's like the video starts making you think about what best even means.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, taste is subjective, but it's more than that. It's
Right.
the whole experience, the atmosphere, the
Yeah.
service,
That all adds to it, definitely.
Totally.
Okay, so the pizza, though. Did he like the pizza?
Oh, the pizza.
Yeah.
Okay, so his description of the texture, I can't even...
Uh-huh. What do you say?
He was like, not a solid, not a liquid, but I do think it's going to be gas.
Oh, my God.
Only Ryan Trahan.
Only him?
And then he even points out how they have, like, tomato sauce cans as decoration.
Huh.
Yeah, like random, but it works.
That's kind of cool,
And,
actually.
right. And, of course, he gets his espresso.
He always gets the espresso.
He does. It's the espresso never fails.
A lot of...
So, yeah, in the end, he just says pizza. Yes.
Uh-huh. Perfect.
Just like that review at the beginning.
Full circle.
Exactly. So, like, even with all that hype and the simple menu, it totally lived up to the expectations.
Sometimes simple is best, right?
Apparently. But it's like you said, it's not just the food, it's the whole package.
The whole experience, the vibe, everything.
Makes you wonder if you could get that same pizza somewhere else, if it would be as good.
Maybe not right. Maybe it's the whole thing.
I think so.
Where to next?
All right, next up, Vegas, baby.
Ooh, Vegas.
Hell's Kitchen.
Gordon Ramsay.
The one and only, and this is number 4 on the list.
Yeah.
And he brings his friend Haley this time. Yeah, I like when he switches it up, Brings different people.
Yeah. Keeps it interesting.
Right. And of course, we got to talk about the whole Gordon Ramsay being his dad thing.
Oh, that's right. They always joke about that.
It's their thing.
So famous.
And he actually met Gordon Ramsay, like, while filming for his channel before.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, so he got some recommendations straight from the source.
Nice.
Scallops beef Wellington, sticky toffee pudding.
Classic.
And of course, you can't go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant without, like, the branding everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
He's even joking about, like, a hologram of Gordon Ramsay and an encounter in the bathroom.
Like a cardboard cutout or something?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
It's so over the top, but, like, in a good way.
Yeah. It's part of the experience.
Exactly. And Haley's all like, this is so different from Chili's. She knows him so well.
Love it.
But the vegetable struggle continues.
Oh, no.
He won't even eat the scallops.
Yeah.
Haley's just like, not from a package.
They're good, though, right? Scallops?
Oh, yeah. They loved the beef Wellington and the sticky toffee pudding.
So good.
It's like they're in a different world.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, it's Gordon Ramsay.
It's true.
It's like you're not just paying for the food, you're paying for the whole experience.
The brand, the persona, the whole thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Smart. Okay, so are you ready for barbecue?
Bring on the barbecue.
This is number 3, Cadillac Barbecue.
Ooh, I've heard of this place.
It's in Dallas, and Ryan brings his dad this time.
Oh, that's sweet.
I know, it's a whole father-son thing.
I love that.
So picture this. They show up early,
Okay.
like first in line, decked out in cowboy hats.
No way.
I'm serious. His dad even gets on the mic at one point.
What?
I'm not kidding.
This is great.
It's hilarious.
I bet.
And then they meet this fan who flew all the way from Finland
Seriously.
just for the barbecue.
Wow.
I know, right? And of course, what does Ryan do?
Funny.
Forgets his wallet.
Classic Ryan.
Always. Luckily, his dad was there. So they interview the owner of the place,
Okay.
and he's all about love. Like, love is the secret ingredient. I know, right? And the menu is handwritten.
Really?
So cute, adds to the charm.
That's awesome.
And Ryan's dad, his food
What
descriptions,
does he say?
oh my God, moist and succulent. Like,
Huh.
he's got a way with words.
I bet.
And they try this side dish. It's called crack cake.
Crack cake.
I know the name is
I
wild.
gotta look that up.
And of course, Dad packs up leftovers in a cooler.
Of course he does.
5 stars all around.
This is making me hungry.
Me too. But it's interesting, right? Like, this place is obviously not like fancy fine dining,
No.
but it's the best at what it does.
Yeah.
Texas barbecue.
And that family vibe just makes it.
Adds to it.
True.
Okay, now get ready for a change of pace because number 2 on the list is Ginza Sushi Onodera.
Ooh, fancy.
Very fancy.
Where is that one?
This one's in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And Ryan even dresses up
Really?
from Target. He makes sure to point that out.
Of course.
He's got to keep it real.
I like that about him.
Me too. And he even sneaks in a plug for his candy brand Joyride.
Haha, nice.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But once he's inside Ginza, it's all about the elegance.
Fancy.
So quiet and peaceful.
Until Ryan gets there.
Yeah, he tries to be quiet, but he's like whispering really loud.
I can imagine.
It's funny.
It's gotta be.
But the service is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
They even bring him a phone stand so he can film.
Well, yeah.
I know, right? And he's describing the courses as like this whole progression.
Right.
Like each one is more elaborate than the last. And then
Yeah.
they have an iPad presentation of the fish before they serve it to you.
Seriously.
It's wild.
That's next level.
And he gets this massive sushi roll. It's like $100.
What? $100 sushi roll.
It's part of the prefix menu.
Wow.
But of course, leave it to Ryan to be fascinated by the automatic toilet in the bathroom.
Oh, Ryan.
I know. But in the end, he's like genuinely blown away.
I bet.
He calls it life-changing. He gives it 6 stars.
6 stars.
I know. So it's like, this proves that high-end dining, it's an art form.
Yeah.
It's not just about the food, it's the presentation, the service.
It's a whole experience.
It's a performance.
Makes you want to try it, right?
Totally. Okay, so are you ready for the final stop?
Hit me.
This is the big one, 11 Madison Park.
Oh, yeah. That's supposed to be the best in America.
According to Ryan's friend, at least.
Right.
And this is where the vegetable thing really comes into play.
Oh, no. He's going to a vegan restaurant.
Full-on plant-based vegan.
How's he going to handle this?
I know, right? It's like the whole video has been leading up to this.
The suspense is killing me.
He even jokes about his Eat Your Veggies tattoo and how he still hasn't made any progress.
No. Oh, man.
And this time, he's with his friend, Nick,
Oh,
who was a finalist on MasterChef.
oh wow.
Yeah. So the stakes are high.
Big time.
And they get the corner table, like the coveted corner table,
Nice.
in this huge dining room with super high ceilings.
Oh, it sounds fancy.
It is. And the first course,
Okay, the first course.
a celebration of onions.
Oh, my God.
I know, right?
They knew.
They had to have known.
They're messing with him.
I think so. But the best part,
Huh?
he loves it.
He liked the onions.
He did. He even talks about how impressed he is with the kitchen, like how quiet and efficient it is.
Wow.
And then he describes the bathroom as luxurious. He even mentions the lotion.
He's easily impressed by bathrooms.
He is.
Well, he's a simple man.
That's true. And then the dessert is super simple.
What was it?
Mochi grapes.
Okay.
And he says it's just pure deliciousness.
Wow. A complete 180.
Right. From hating vegetables to like a full-blown onion appreciation moment.
You love to see it.
So we've gone from pizza, yes, to a vegetable epiphany.
Yeah, it's quite a journey.
That's Ryan Trahan for you.
What a ride.
I know, right?
So we saw him go from pizza to a complete vegetable transformation.
I know, right? I'm still kind of shocked he actually enjoyed that onion dish.
Right. It makes you wonder if maybe there are some things we're avoiding that we might actually like.
You think? It's like maybe our taste buds just change over time or something.
Right. Or sometimes it's just like the way something is prepared that makes the difference.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm curious, when we look back at all 5 of these restaurants,
Okay.
do you notice any like common threads,
Ah.
any takeaways that stand out to you?
That's a good question. What do you think?
Well, the first thing that jumps out at me is the ingredients.
Okay.
Like every single one of these places, they use top-notch ingredients.
That's
It's like you can tell just from Ryan's descriptions, you know.
yeah, like the burrata at the pizza place.
Exactly. Fresh, high quality.
And even the vegetables at 11 Madison Park.
Right. It's like they're not messing around.
I mean, it makes sense. I guess you can't have exceptional food without exceptional ingredients.
That's what I'm thinking. And then on top of that, you have the skill of the chefs.
Oh, yeah.
These are like masters of their craft.
Artists.
It's like they're not just cooking, they're creating.
Yeah, like that scene at Ginza Sushi Onodera where he's watching the chefs work.
It's mesmerizing.
I know. It's like they're so precise and, like you said, artistic.
Right. And then on top of the food and the chefs, you have the atmosphere.
The vibe.
Yeah. Like each restaurant has its own unique mood, you know?
Totally.
Like the pizza place had that like energetic vibe.
Chaotic.
Yeah, chaotic. And then Ginza Sushi Onodera was like super zen.
And Cadillac Barbecue was all like homey and comfortable.
Right. Like the handwritten menu.
I know. It's crazy how the environment can totally change how you experience the food.
For sure. Like sometimes I think I go to restaurants more for the atmosphere than the food. But speaking of the whole experience, we got to talk about the service.
Oh, yeah.
In every single one of these places, the service was impeccable.
It's true.
Attentive staff, they knew the menu like the back of their hand.
And they are actually friendly.
Yeah, you know? Like they seemed happy to be there.
Like that thing at Ginza with the phone stand.
Exactly. And those little details that make you feel like,
Special.
yeah, like a valued guest.
Not just another customer.
Exactly.
So even though this whole list is totally subjective,
Right.
I think it still shows us some things about what makes a restaurant great.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not just about like the fanciest ingredients or the most expensive dishes. It's
Okay.
like a combination of things. The taste, the atmosphere, the service, that little something extra.
Right. It's the whole package.
Exactly.
Makes you think.
It does. And I bet it's not just about high-end dining either.
No, you're right.
I think it applies to any restaurant.
It's true. Like we've all had meals that we remember.
Totally.
Like meals that made us feel something special.
I think it's about more than just the food.
Yeah.
It's like the company, the memories, the whole experience.
Yeah. Like when you think about your favorite restaurants, it's not always about the food.
No, it's like the whole vibe, the feeling you get when you're there.
And that's what I love about this video.
Why?
It makes you think about these things. You know,
That does.
like it makes you appreciate all the work and the passion that goes into creating a great meal.
Yeah, even if we can't all afford to eat at these fancy places,
Right.
there's still something to learn from it.
Yeah, I think so.
Like maybe it'll inspire us to be more adventurous.
Or more mindful.
Yeah, like try something new or put more effort into our own cooking.
Yeah, exactly.
So why should our listener care about all this? Like, why does this even matter?
Well, I think it's about expanding our horizons,
Okay.
like challenging our ideas about what a good restaurant is.
So don't just focus on the hype.
Exactly.
Mm.
Think about all the factors, the atmosphere, the service, the feeling you get.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I think it's cool that we got to see, like, behind the scenes of these famous places.
Let's take a peek into a different world.
Right. We saw the passion, the skill, the attention to detail.
And honestly, I think we can all relate to that on some level.
Also.
I mean, we've all had those meals that have stayed with us, you know,
Yeah.
meals that have made us feel happy or connected or something.
It's true. Food is powerful.
It really is. So as we're wrapping up this deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave our listener with a question to think about.
Hit me.
If you were making your own top 5 restaurants list,
Ooh.
what would be on it? What would you prioritize?
That's a good question.
Would it be all about the food? Or would you consider the atmosphere, the service,
Hmm.
the feeling you get?
It really makes you think about what's important to you.
Exactly. Because sometimes the best meals come from the most unexpected places.
That's true.
Places that just speak to you personally, you know.
I love that.
Places that bring you joy.
Well said.
And on that note, I think we've officially digested this culinary adventure.
I think so, too. We've covered a lot.
We did.
But if anyone out there wants to see the whole thing,
Yeah.
Ryan's journey through these restaurants,
Go check out his video.
it's hilarious.
And insightful.
And honestly, kind of heartwarming.
It's true. You really get to see his personality shine through.
Yeah, and he shows you that food can really bring people together.
It's more than just fuel.
Exactly. It's crazy how much we've talked about food from just one video.
I know, right? And it wasn't even like a super long video.
But it's so much more than just the food, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's like we got to see Ryan's personality.
And his relationship with food,
Yeah, like even in those fancy places, he was just himself.
which is what makes it so fun to watch.
Totally relatable.
And it reminds us that food is about so much more than just like eating to survive.
Right. It's about connecting with people, trying new things,
Pushing your boundaries.
and having fun.
Exactly. Like even if we can't all afford to eat at those crazy expensive restaurants,
Yeah,
we can still be more adventurous with our own food.
absolutely. Like maybe try that new place down the street.
Or just like Put more effort into cooking at home.
Be more mindful.
Yeah, be present when you're eating.
Exactly.
And appreciate all the little things that make a meal special.
The ingredients,
Yeah.
the people you're with, the atmosphere.
It all adds up.
It really does.
So next time you sit down for a meal,
Yeah.
take a minute to really savor it.
Be in the moment.
You might be surprised at how much more you enjoy it.
I think so, too.
And hey, maybe you'll even be inspired to try a new vegetable.
Who knows? Ryan did.
He did. Maybe there's hope for us all.
Maybe.
Well, that about wraps up our deep dive for today.
Another one down.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration.